Greetings. Faulkner Fixes All here. I checked the internet and there is no video on putting a 53 to 66 mirror on a Ford truck. There was a guy from a site selling the mirrors, and he was just holding the mirror talking about it for like 20 minutes. Seemed to be a bit uninformative there. So here we're going to put this mirror I just bought on, and it matches the mirror on this other side. It matches this mirror, which is nice. The gasket's a little funky, and you should probably use some super glue or something to glue that gasket down better. But maybe the gasket that came with this newer one is better. I didn't get the chrome little tips for this because I'm cheap. Anyway, it's a nice stock style mirror that is correct for this truck. And here's somebody's previous attempt. Some previous owner of this truck. There's been many. That was their idea of putting a mirror on. Yeah. Anyway, we got the other mirror and we're going to put it on. Let's get over here and do it. Yeah, like I said, there's just some dude holding the mirror talking about it for like 10 minutes, telling everybody how great he is. Hey, I can do that. You know, hey, look, you know, no problem. I can sit here and hold this mirror all day and say how great I am. Hey, I'm really great. This is our product, you know. That doesn't work for me. Okay, so I'm going to put you on the headgear, and we're going to put this on. Okay. First thing is first, we're going to tap out we're going to use this tap 5/16 18 national course tap. And whenever you buy something that's reproduction, you want to make sure that the surface where the bolt goes in, even though, you know, this is probably the cheapest chrome plating in the world, you want to make sure that these threaded holes here are tapped out. If you don't, you could have problems. Now this fits in like so with a gasket first, and I happen to know that these two holes are the ones to use, but we could tap them all, but I know that this hole and that hole is the one to use. For other trucks, they give you the other holes. This is why it's for 53 to 66. Maybe not correct for different years, but they drill all these extra holes so you could put it on those trucks. But I know that this hole and that hole are the ones that need to be made sure they're good. And right now, see, they're a little sticky. Yeah, that's a little sticky. Stuff's coming out of there. It's good just to double check, you know. All right, that one feels pretty good. Don't drop the tap. Okay, so we got one. And the next one will be here. We could just tap them all, but we don't, well, we're not really tapping them, we're chasing them at this point. Because during the chrome plating process, chrome gets sprayed in there and baked or whatever. Chrome gets plated in there on those threads. And I don't know if anybody at the factory rechases these. They feel a little gummy, and I don't want to take a chance. As with reproduction parts, the quality is never really there, you know. Okay, so these are the bolts that come with this. Throw these away. I'll tell you why. We are going to use the washers though. Yeah, so here's the bolts that come with it. They're not graded. They're grade like whatever. Grade 1. You don't use these on anything but fishing weights. Throw these away. Do not use these in the kit. They're not graded. Okay? Go to the store and get some grade 5s. 5/16 18 by 3/4 grade 5. Okay? Get a couple of those. These are grade 5. There's 3 little marks on there. Add 2, that's 5. Okay? Use the washers they give you. You can't really mess up a washer, but boy, they could probably try. All right, so now we got some really good grade 5s that we're going to use. Okay? Throw those other ones away. We're going to make sure these thread in here, because we just tapped that. We just tapped that hole. We just chased it. Okay, and we're going to use these holes. That's nice. Those go in good. And here's a hole that wasn't chased, and it's kind of gummy. Yeah, see, that's not right. But we're not going to worry about those other holes, because we know we're going to use these 2 holes. Okay, so now we got that. We got those ready. We are going to use some Loctite if there's any left. Okay, so here's the gasket. And it's not a very good gasket at all. You'd think there would be a little edge to go in there and catch that hole, but there's not. They just expect this to sit here and be nice and happy. Well, looking at the other side, we already looked at the other side, and it's not happy. So eventually we are going to have to probably put a little tiny dab of super glue under there and glue it on. But for now, we're going to put it in. You know that this goes this way, right? Right. Oh, it has to go this way. Right, okay. So boom, we know it goes in like that. So the question is, did I tap the right holes? We better make sure. We got to chase these 2 real quick, just to make sure, or we can put this bolt in and make sure that way. Yeah, they're the ones I tapped. Okay, so I wasn't too far off. Okay, so we know that this little indent part here goes in there, and that's what swivels it out towards the back. So we know that part goes towards the front of the truck. All right, so we're going to put this in through there and slide this in. Now, this was a show truck. I'd have this all taped off, you know, and everybody would be concerned about chipping paint, and there'd be blue tape all around here, and Jay Leno would come out and say I was doing it wrong. You know, it would be a thing. Okay, but Jay Leno's not here, and his team of experts aren't here. It's just me and my wrench. Now you can see there's not a lot of adjustment on this part. There's a little bit. I'm just going to split the difference. But as you can see, this gasket is very poor, and it's going to have to be glued on there at one point. But for now, we're just going to cruise along and put it together. Now that I have my grade 5 bolts, we can put some actual torque on these. Whereas those other bolts, you'd probably tighten it about this much and they would break. Okay, so remember, if you're buying this kit from any company, even a reputable company that gives you a Ford script mirror for big money, check those bolts out, because they're probably no good. Grade 5 and above on engines, and I tend to say grade 5 and above on anything that's old. Anything that's an old truck, you know. Okay, we didn't use Loctite on that, but we're definitely going to use some on here, if there's any in here. Oh, look, we got a little bit. Hey, we'll take it. We will take it. So like I said earlier, there's a little piece that looks like this that goes here also and completes the triangle. It completes the cone, but they're expensive and I didn't buy it. It was an expensive option. Okay, we're just gonna get a little snug on that right now because we're gonna have to adjust everything. But you know what we're gonna do, because it's bugging me? We're gonna take these out and put Loctite on them, because hey, it's the right thing to do. If there's any left, there's a little bit left. I'll take it. Loctite red, you can use Loctite blue. I just happen to have Loctite red laying around. There, now I can, with Loctite, you put it on and you tighten it up right away. There's no, oh, I'll tighten it later. It's not like Never Sees or Grease. You know, you gotta tighten it up, and it's gotta be in there. All right, so I just put the oomph on that, and those other bolts probably would have broke because they're cheap and should be thrown away. Okay, this is good that we